Happy Thursday evening to you. I am seldom ever on live this time of night. It has been a day. And so I meant to do this earlier today, but here I am. Better late than not at all. Correct. My name is Adam. I am the executive director here at the Factory Ministries. Maybe you're catching us on Facebook. Maybe you are catching us on YouTube. Either way, great to see you. Or maybe you're catching this on the weekend and this is already passed and you're catching the replay. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. This is a live. What we do every week when we jump on live is our heart and our desire is just to share kind of what's happening, what's going on, what's coming up, just to keep us encouraged and connected and in the loop here. We partner together to do the work that is done here in the community. So again, let's keep talking together. And it's also our heart to put a smile on your face and a little strengthening in the inner being or our souls as well. So have some stuff for you today. It's not going to be a long live. We're going to keep it short. Why don't we start out? Look what someone gave me. I mean, I love getting, whether it's books or, a number of you, or some of you will text me and share with me. So I thought, you know what, why don't we start out with these? I can't get it open. Hold on. There we go. I don't know if they're any good. We're going to give it a shot, right? Here they're these fun little cards. There's a whole ton of them here. So we'll see what we got. And then we got some other things to kind of kick around and talk about here tonight. But why don't we start with this one? Here we go. Ready? Card number one. What do you call here we go. This is a classic. What do you call a pony with a cough? Some of you know this. What do you call a pony with a cough? You know what you call a pony with a cough? You call it a little horse. It's a little horse, right? Here we go. I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. What kind of pants do Mario and Luigi wear? Denim. Not sure I get that one. Someone help me out with that one. That one's, I don't know. So here we go. I always get a little nervous with these. Here we go. Next one. What do you call a T-Rex that's been in a fight? You know, call a T-Rex been in a fight? He's a dinosaur. He's sore. There we go. There you go. Okay, one more, and then we'll jump into everything we got. What does a nut say when it sneezes? Do you know what a nut says when it sneezes? Cashew. However, cashew's not a nut, I think, or a peanut's not a nut. Never mind. There's a cashew nut. Cashew is a nut. Here we go. I digress. There we go. There's our dad jokes for the day. Maybe I'll share some more if we got some time at the end. Got a lot of things to talk about here from our live. And yes, I am wearing glasses today. I had something wrong with my eye, my contacts. Anyway, long story short, I have glasses on. And yes, some of you know, if you're on social media, it is my birthday today as well. So we get off for our birthdays here at the factory, but I did work today because I had a full day. I'm actually taking off tomorrow. So super excited about that. So let's talk about this week. And we'll try not to talk about, for those of you, this week as it's passed, it was more than just Valentine's Day. There was also a big game played this past weekend. I'm so sorry. For those of you out there that are Eagles fans, maybe you're still grieving. Maybe you have moved on. I am sorry. I know there's a lot of Eagles fans here watching right now. So anyway, so let's talk about something maybe will brighten your day. This happened this would have been Monday night. You'll see Ebeth and some of the leaders there with the girls. They had a Galentine's Day. Look at this. They set up a balloon bar. How cool is that? Big shout out to Megan Waltman. Megan, who is the owner of Pearls and Petals, brought the flowers in. So they set up what they call a bloom bar. They got to make their own flowers and arrangements. Here you'll see some of the pictures there of the girls and the flowers they made. Also a big shout out to Megan, and she also donated flowers that we got to take out and deliver to a number of, maybe you received them, or participants, or those just say, hey, you are loved, you're thought about. Absolutely one of our favorite things that we do all year long, and Megan makes that possible. So Megan, thank you. Pearls and Petals. If you're not familiar, you can find them online and check them out. Maybe you're looking for flowers for your events or whatever else is coming up. I would highly recommend Pearls and Petals, but a big thank you there for that. So that was Valentine's Day. That was this past week. So super fun with that. Looking forward, there's a couple things I want to talk about looking forward. First one we want to talk about is Food Friday is coming up on the 24th, the fourth Food Friday. is happening on February 24th. So that's salad dressing, mayo, ketchup, cereal, dish soap. Again, some of you that have been, maybe you watch and have watched over the time or follow the factory, what you can do is like and share that post. You can also participate by purchasing those items and dropping them off on that Friday. Or you can put together your own little food drive. Maybe it's in your small group or your Sunday school class or your neighborhood or your workplace or stuff like that. So that's the fourth Food Friday. Speaking of workplace, here's another fun one coming up. Big Shots is right around the corner. If you watched live last week, it was all about Big Shots. You got to see me. You got to see Ebeth taking shots there. So, Jeannie, thank you. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Deeply appreciate that. I think, Jeannie, you were on last week. You saw us taking shots last week. So those of you that were on last week saw us talking all about Big Shots. So Big Shots is right in a corner. That's something there's Caleb and his wife. Caleb runs and operates Barron Insurance Group right here in Intercourse. Put this together so you can simply go. There's information on our website, social media pages, where you can sign up. And then you collect sponsors and you get paid so much per shot. So you go out and take a shot. You got 100 shots. You make 50 of them. Someone donates $1 per shot. You collect $50. That comes to the factory. Last year, we made $25,000, $917 averaged per shooter. So again, huge difference, lots of fun, lots of energy. So again, still opportunity. That's coming up on March 10th. So still an opportunity for you or a friend. You can do it as a team. Maybe you're like, well, you know what? I don't know, but you get maybe you and your daughter or your son or your best friend, or maybe you can get you and your neighbor or a coworker to come together. You each take 50 shots, or you raise money together. All kinds of ways you can do that. But again, really encourage you to get involved with that. And again, we had a lot of information last week on that, so you can jump back and watch last week's live and catch more on that. Some other things coming up. There's a lot of things coming up. Check this one out. This is African Violets 101. This is a super cool class in kind of learning together. Marie Glass, some of you know her. She is passionate about violets. And so again, super, super exciting. So that is coming up here in just a few weeks, March 9th. And then it runs for 7 weeks. So starting March 9th. So again, you'll get to learn, grow, and you'll get to leave the class with a violet as well. Another thing coming up is for those of you that may know or have kiddos that are getting ready to come into kindergarten, or maybe you have someone, or you have a neighbor or a grandchild and want to pass the word around this, February 28th. So that's coming up in 2 weeks from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock right here at the factory. It's an opportunity, Kindergarten Expo. Come on out and you can get engaged with, again, the Peckley Valley staff will be here. Our staff that maybe you've already worked with will be here, Lisa and Cherie, and those that worked with the preschool ages. So again, super, super excited about that. You can register online for this, complete your paperwork, and all kinds of other information there you can also find online. So super excited about that. Another service that we have right now is VITA. Anyone, if you are in the income bracket of $62,000 or less, you can get your taxes done for free right here at the factory. There you go. Rhymes. Free at the factory. So simply call 211, let them know you'd like to have them done here, and they will get you signed up. Let me check my list here. I think I have one more. Here's the last thing I want to mention to you. This is another thing coming up. I'm going to mention just briefly because we'll talk about this more in the coming weeks. This is the Community Leadership Summit. This is for anyone that say, hey, I'm a leader. And again, leader is a broad term. If you're a mom, you're a leader. You're a dad, you're a leader. In my opinion, every human leads at some capacity, even if it's self-leadership and that's it, which is honestly, in my opinion, the hardest type of leadership. So anyway, so that's coming up, the Community Leadership Summit. So here's what it is. It's to gather for leaders. It's 2.5 hours in the morning. Two friends of mine, actually, or acquaintances, I should say, Rob Scasel and David Ashcraft, they're authors. They wrote this book, What Was I Thinking? So again, they're going to be coming out, presenting. It's all about decision-making. As I think about leadership, I would boil leadership down to one of the things that differentiates a leader is leaders, they're called on to make decisions. And you want to be good decisions because all of us want whatever it is that we're leading, whether it's our family, whether it's a business, whether it's whatever it might be, a sports team, we want to be getting better and growing. So decisions and good decisions are important. So that's what it's all about. Making good decisions, a framework of making decisions. Again, so here's a cool thing. It's only $25. That gets you breakfast, gets you a book, and gets you 2.5 hours there in the morning with the authors. So again, more information coming out in the future, but I did want to throw it out now and let you know. Hi, Liz. Good to see you. Can I put that flyer back up? Yes. Which one? Are you talking, Liz? Are you talking the CLS or are you talking a different one? Are you talking this one? There's that one there. Liz wanted to get a screenshot. There's that one. There was this one. And Liz, there is that one right there. And if it's not one of them, Liz, let me know. I will. Yes, there you go. Super. So again, that's coming up, and there is info on our website. There is info on social media, and in the coming weeks, you're going to hear a lot more about this. You're welcome, Liz. Good to see you, Liz. Or not see you, but hear from you. How about that? So in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot more information coming around that. Our heart and our desire in that event is simply bringing, we believe in collaboration to tackle anything that's worth tackling and solving. It takes all of us and the best of us. So again, and from all sectors, churches, businesses, the government officials and leadership, the school, I mean, just go on those, all sectors, healthcare. We want to see leaders coming together, learning together, and then also gives time to rub shoulders, interact, and just continue to strengthen our community and again, enrich and build our community. So that's our passion for that. Excuse me, a lot more information coming about that. I think stuff's going out via email. So if you're in our digital mailing list, might even have seen that this past week. Okay, let me just check my list. Make sure I got through it all. There we go. One final thing, just want to mention bingo. Who doesn't love bingo? Happening next Thursday from 2 to 4 o'clock. Next, so less than a week from now. When I say next, it's this coming. I guess is a better way to say it. Okay, with that said, let me encourage your hearts with something. I always like to end our times with this, just speak some encouragement. I took some leadership training today. That's why I didn't get to our live first thing this morning. I was it was a national leadership summit. It was taking broadcast out of, I think it was Texas, if I'm not mistaken, Austin area. So took that in this morning, mid-morning into the afternoon. I was, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours or so. And so I want to share something. The reason I want to share this is because another leader shared this, but it is the thing. And if you watch some other lives, you've caught me share things very similar to this. It is the thing that I think I have been ruminating and meditating on probably more than any other leadership principle, life principle right now. It circles around identity. I happened to be driving home. I was with my wife and my 2 boys driving home from an experience we had, and driving out on Route 80 through Pennsylvania, and I see a deer, and right away I'm like, "Oh my gosh, look, there's a deer!" And it was kind of, and so my wife reminded me. She goes, "There you go, eagle eyes," is what she said, and the reason she said that is because she knew that as I was growing up, that is a term that was given to me because I would quickly spot stuff like that. Shared some of my story. It's fascinating. That is actually, as I've had some, just gotten to know myself and even have done some work with a psychologist who did some assessments and really began to realize that my visual perception and awareness is staggeringly high. It's a gift God gave me. Now, there's other areas that are very, very low, I learned. I'm like, whoa. But what's so fascinating is so much of my growing up years, I was absorbing the identity of what I wasn't. The shame of it, the pushing away of it, trying to, instead of, like when I would go up as a little boy and I'd spot things in the woods and my grandpa would say to me or my mom would say to me, "Oh, there you are, eagle eyes." Why wasn't I absorbing that reality of who I was and the gift that God gave me? So again, I thought about this a lot in many ways over the last couple year or two, maybe 3. And so again, when this leader said this today, I was like, it just resonated. He said this. Successful. Let's start with this. Let me kind of work through. This is Craig Rochelle. So if you're familiar with Craig Rochelle, he says successful leaders do occasionally what others, successful leaders do continuously what other leaders do occasionally. Okay, so then he said, now what is talking, I've heard him say that before. You've maybe heard that in leadership stuff before. But he said, so what keeps us from doing stuff consistently? So if what really separates great leaders from just, a leader are the things that they do consistently over and over and over again. So he says, what keeps us from doing things consistently? So he named two things. First one is that we're too focused on what you want to do. Okay, and we'll talk about it in a minute. That's one I want to just give you a quote that he gave me. So we're too focused. Instead of being focused on who we are, we're more focused on the outcomes that we want. And he says, hey, who are you? So first one is we're too focused on what we do. And the second one is you've been trying for too long. And again, I don't want to share a lot about that because that goes into a whole nother. Maybe I can do that next week. Maybe we'll see where next week takes us. But here's a quote he gave. You do what you do because of what you think about you. And I'm like, that's so important. Your identity comes before action. In other words, who before do is the way he said it. So who are you? And I think so often, leaders, people, individuals, this is our advocates deal with this all the time, helping individuals just kind of reclaim, because we absorb from all kinds of reasons. Maybe it's abuse and trauma. Maybe it's just life in general. Maybe there's all kinds of reasons. We absorb false identities. And out of that false narrative, it drives us to do things that really aren't even us. And man, when Craig said it, I'm like, that is so good. So here's what I want you to, here's the thing he left me with, is who are you? Really get comfortable with that. Like get comfortable with where that takes you and where that leads you and how that nurtures you and encourages you. Get comfortable, look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is who I am. And this is what I'm actually really good at. The most humble people in the world actually are very bold with what they are gifted at. It's not arrogant. It's to say, I'm good at that. That's speaking reality. And anyone who speaks reality is actually in touch with reality and is a humble individual. So if I'm grandstanding or boasting or telling you, well, I'm good at that, that makes me better than you. That's a whole, we aren't talking about that. But when you can just simply say, this is who I am. This is who God made me to be. I am good at that. It's how I'm wired. It's who I am. So anyway, just want to encourage you with that. That really challenged me today. I want to speak that to your hearts as well. Hope that encourages you at some level. I do need to get running here because I have the reason, again, it's my birthday today, but I'm working hard. I got a meeting tonight. Don't have a lot of evening meetings in this role, but I do have one tonight. So if we're heading off to that meeting, let me just give you again, I shared with you earlier, if you didn't see, I got this cool gift, all these cool, they almost look like coasters, don't they? It looks like a coaster, which gives me an idea. That'd be a cool, maybe gift. Like, let's make dad joke coasters. So when you're done drinking your drink, you have a joke to tell too. Or you're sitting there at the restaurant waiting for your food to come. Anyway, here we go. Any restaurant owners out there? Maybe I just gave you a cool little trick to increase the beauty of your restaurant. Anyway, happy birthday, Liz. Or no, sorry. Thank you, Liz. Liz, my goodness, my mind just, when I saw you said happy birthday, it was processing in my mind and it came out happy birthday to you. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Whoo, boy. Here we go. On that note, let's wrap up here. Here's the final dad jokes. Let's see if there's any good ones in this gift that someone gave me. So here we go. What kind of birds? Heard this one before. This is a classic. Some of you are gonna. I've heard that before. Maybe brand new to you. What kind of birds are always sticking to each other? Not lovebirds. We want to jump right there. We're close to Valentine's Day. What kind of birds are always sticking to each other? What kind of birds are always sticking to each other? Velcros. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we go. Here's one. Two fish are in a tank. One of them turns to the other and asks, how do you drive this thing? right? They're in a tank. Anyway, I've always wanted to drive. Wouldn't a tank be fun to drive? Here we go. Well, why don't we end with this one? Here we go. This will wrap us up. What kind of music do mummies, another classic. What kind of music do mummies listen to? I know, Liz. Oh my, it is oh my. Liz, Liz, if you thought that one was oh my, this one. What kind of music do mummies listen to? You know what kind of music mummies listen to? Rap music. Okay, so I don't know. You tell me. Was that gift a kind gift that someone gave me, or I don't know? Should we use them again? Should we pull them out another time, or maybe just retire the can? I don't know. Anyway, love and appreciate each of you watching, maybe watching live now or catching us later this weekend or another time. Thank you so much for your partnership. Thank you what you do. Again, we need all of us at our best to tackle the issues that face our community. So thank you. Appreciate it. There's a lot of information there on our social media, on our website, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So Twitter, I think we're even there on Twitter. So anything we can do for you, please reach out. Let us know. We're just a phone call, an email, a message away. So love you. Appreciate you. Have an incredible weekend. And let's see. Enjoy it.